has a beard, rectangle.
Come on, man.
There's nothing.
Okay. Well, howlers for sure.
Wrong. It means goats own all territories. Couldn't be nothing else. Let's go with another question. How long does the average domestic goat live?
12 to 15 years, I reckon.
Yes. Unfortunately, goats are not immortal. What's interesting is that a wild goat's lifespan is shorter, a maximum of 10 years. The conclusion? Human company extends the life of goats. Those cuddle muffins just love us. Now, let's see how much do you know about our city. How many goats are there in the Villador Crest?
Well, my answer is 2.
Yes! 2 beautiful, proud goats, white and brown. They have been guarding our city for centuries. I mentioned that a goat has 4 stomachs. Do you know what they help to digest?
Grass and hay.
Yes! What a pity people don't have 4 stomachs. Although, to be absolutely precise, the goat has 1 stomach with 4 chambers, each one playing a different role in the digestion process. Okay, now, let's really get into it. This is a fascinating one, although, aren't they all? Rectangular pupils are one of the most interesting characteristics of goats. But what purpose do they serve?
They provide a wider angle of vision.
Yes! Square pupils give goats a far wider range of vision than people and other animals with round pupils. Goats can see a range from 320 to 340 degrees. It's really astonishing. Do I sense impatience, my young friend? Matter of fact, I had a few dozen other questions about the mightiest animal on this planet, but I guess I'll just cut to the chase now. For many years, goats served on ships. They provided milk so that other products could be made from it. Why goats and not cows?
Goats are smaller and take up less room.
Yes! They also weigh far less, up to 120 kilograms. Cows weigh up to 1,200 kilograms. Okay, now I will let you in on the secret and why goats hold the key to human survival.
What?
On top of all the fascinating facts I opened your eyes to, did you know that goats are so amazing they can literally eat anything? Grass, leaves, roots, but also fabric, rubber, and even plastic. It's fantastic!
Why does that sound familiar?
Add to that, a single goat can produce 2,000 kilograms of delicious, nutritious milk during a 10-month-long lactation period. You see where I'm going with this?
To somewhere I'd rather not follow.
What if we built an ark, you and I, filled it with a few people, 100 goats, and pretty much anything we could find? We could literally sail forever without starving until we find a place spared by the virus.
Here's the real revelation. You're bonkers.
Oh, people have said that about visionaries throughout history. It will be a momentous day for us both. Take this as a thank you for truly appreciating goats. Farewell now.
Can't let... So, you ready to talk history now?
I can try.
Good. Let's start with one of the defining moments of our history. A tragic event that had such an impact it still defines how the city looks today. Here goes. What event went down in history as Black Monday?
That would be the chemical strikes on the city 11 years ago.
Correct. On January 6th, 2025, at 0800 hours, the butcher, Colonel Williams, decided to use a newly discovered chemical compound, the THV Gen Mod, to stop infection. Hope of reclaiming control of the city turned to tragedy. Millions of residents were killed. It also caused terrifying mutations of the infected, turning them into what we now call specials. The chemicals are still active today. Don't get near them. I mentioned the March Massacre before. Any clue what happened on this day?
The army killed 64 civilians protesting against weapons confiscation.
You actually have been paying attention. This is correct. This shooting was the beginning of escalation of riots in the city, which finally led to the fall of General Pratt and Colonel Williams taking over. The army confiscated all the guns and ammo. It all started there, south of Houndfield, by the monument of the World Art Congress. The last question. Let's go for a moment out of Villador, taking a global perspective. Before mutating, THV was simply known as Haran virus. Haran is where it all started. But do you remember when the Haran events happened?
In early spring 2014.
Bravo! I'm impressed, young man. Indeed, the virus emerged during Haran's Global Athletic Games in 2014 and went dormant after the city was quarantined. It was subsequently turned into an exclusion zone by the GRE. I remember those would-be games. I even took a week off to watch them. My country had many medal prospects. No one expected it would become hell on Earth. But that's the part everyone knows and never talks about, since it's what caused the fall. I commend you on your knowledge, young man. Never stop seeking more. And never forget, we're always just a few burning history books away from darkness. Here's a small token of my appreciation. Should teach you a bit about one of my favorite parts of the city, the catacombs.
Stand there. Help me. Can't let this happen to me.
Thanks. You saved my bacon, man. Here.
Right here. Stand by. Can I ask you? Serious? That won't be that hard. You Hey, I got you. Catch me if you can. This is nothing. Runners ain't shit. Chill with my spine.
Hope they don't send me on a patrol today.
Not so easy, huh? Practice makes perfect. Try again. Not so easy, huh?
Peacekeepers have the best supplies. Later, alligator. No one in the city does better. Every Everyone is welcome here.
Sometimes if I stay out too long, I get the feeling that there's no one left in the city, and then this horrible fear overwhelms me.
What's so interesting?
What? Never mind. Wait, aren't you? Yes, I've seen you in action. You're not scared of the infected, are you? Even when roaming the streets at night.
Have you been spying on me?
Of course. It's my job. Not everyone comes as close to the infected as you do. You must know a lot about them. That could be very useful.
Useful how?
Sorry, I haven't introduced myself. The Free People call me Mr. Z. I went into hiding to devote my life to researching the infected and keeping records of everything we can learn about them. It's something we owe to future generations.
Interesting.
Yes. We must learn everything we can about all these monstrosities. This will help prepare our society for future challenges.
Tell me more about what you do.
There are so many species and variations of infecteds, and I'm afraid there will be more.
What do you mean?
The THV gen mod used in chemical bombings triggered uncontrollable mutations in the infected DNA. This spawned new types like screamers, suiciders, and goons, each more dangerous than the last.
What do you need me for?
To do my research, I need eyes in the field, but obviously, it's a dangerous job. Most of my people have gone missing. I've been watching you. With your experience, you could contribute greatly. Would you help me to confirm my findings so far?
Well, happy to. Your work seems crucial.
Great, thank you. Certainly you've noticed what happens with infecteds after mutation. They become stronger, faster, and more agile. Have you encountered the type that can jump higher than others?
That'd be a banshee.
Yes, that's consistent with my research. What's interesting, they seem to be relatively weak, and if their attack misses, they usually retreat. I observed another infected type. It's very strange, quite different from the others. It prefers to avoid humans. I know how that sounds, but you must have seen something like that. Moreover, when retreating, it leaves tracks behind. Do you know which infected I'm referring to?
It's Bolter, I believe.
Yes, that tracks, so to speak. Thank you. The next one is a bit complicated. I've received reports about a type of infected that exhibits a bizarre behavior. It creates a toxic mist around other monsters, and some survivors believe that it even resurrects the dead, which is nonsense, obviously. Does that ring any bells?
You're talking about a revenant.
That's the one I was talking about. My theory is that it evolved to develop a special organ that creates this toxic mist. It's incredible what the THV gen mod did to those creatures. Frightening and fascinating at the same time. And which type of infected would you say has the most explosive temper?
Definitely a suicider.
Suicider it is. Better stay as far away as possible from it. Well done. You really helped me. As a token of my appreciation, here's a weapon I crafted while I was still venturing in the field. I'm sure it will help you more than me. Oh, and check this out. I created this deck of cards a while back, featuring some of the most dangerous infecteds, to help people know and identify the threats. Here's my favorite one, the Goon. You can have it. Take care, Aiden. See you around.
Wow, I guess she was right. The third one found me.
Aiden, you've traveled through the Outlands. Any other cities still standing?
Used to watch so many movies in the old days.
What the hell is that? Who is that? Tired of just standing.
Have to tell my kids no food tonight.
Yeah, I'm ready.
No one is ever ready. Each time you lie to someone else, you're actually lying to yourself. I see darkness looming. I see a shadow. The shadow of a monster of the past closing in. I see a woman you seek, and a woman that seeks you. And there's a choice. Yes, there always is a choice. I see the wrath of long-dead gods unleashed upon the city. And I see the sacrifice that will appease them. Pain and death. Saviors becoming betrayers. Allies becoming enemies. And a light in the darkness shining anew.
Pain and death. What can I do to avoid this?
The power burns strong in you. This comes with a responsibility. Remember this when the time comes to choose.
Choose? So there's no way to avoid it?
Avoidance. We're so good at that, aren't we? At one point, you begin to avoid yourself. What is yours is yours. There comes a point when you must face who you truly are.
Sweet weapon you got there, Aiden. Is it new?